All right, Long Road, it's hard to believe, but it is August. So we're gonna do Committed Club. We're also gonna introduce the August as a challenge month. So we'll introduce the challenge, talk a little bit of logistics, and just recognize a handful of people that stood out this month. So this week, Monday through Thursday, is Member Appreciation Week. So every day that you check in, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there'll be a freebie. Every day that you check in. So you can't just come by and be like, yo, give me that freebie and then peace out. Like, you got to hit your workout. So that's this week. And then on Saturday, we're doing pickleball at Melvin Miller Park, which is just right here in town. There's 3 courts, so we'll just do like a total court takeover. If you've never played before, play doubles with somebody, bring paddles, don't bring paddles. There'll be plenty there. And we'll play from about 10:30 to 12:30. And then at 12:30, we'll make our way to the brewery if you'd like, and we'll all have lunch together. So that'll just be a fun social. So that's Saturday. So that's Member Appreciation Week. Fair is this month, so there's no kids class the week of Fair. That's August 10th through the 13th, so no kids class that week. And at the end of this month, with day 1 being August 31st, is Bring a Friend Week. So start prepping your friends now for you bringing them in August. This is a good time to like, hey, bring a friend. We'll make sure the workouts are super friendly that week for newbies, understanding that we might have a lot of new people in class that week. We'll do maybe even a couple partner variations or give a partner variation every day. But remember that there is the referral bonus, and that's always on the table. So if you refer somebody to Long Road, they get $50 and you also get $50 off membership for that month. So that's a great week to like bring them, knowing that the workouts are gonna be friendly, knowing that there'll be other new faces here. And then that'll be a good time to be like, so that's starts August 31st. It's also a good time of year because we're going back into the school year and people tend to get back into routines. So seeing the board this full this month is really cool because this was a summer month. Like a lot of people went on vacation. And I'm always like, plan to hit 18 days and you might hit 16 because life be lifing. Especially if you have kids and your kids are home right now, you can probably empathize with that. So that's a good time there at the beginning of August to like recommit, come up with a good routine, and maybe even pull a accountability buddy into it. The CrossFit world, the bigger world, is doing Community Cup for August, and I'd like to participate. Now, whether or not you sign up online, you can read more about the competition and the online leaderboard on CrossFit's website, but we will be programming the workouts within our affiliate programming. So the way it works is when you compete in the open, you get assigned a level 1 through 10. So you might be a level 2 athlete or a level 8 athlete. Based on that level, when you sign up for the Community Cup, you sign up and you complete the workouts at your level. So now we're talking like scaling workouts. And your leaderboard that you're looking at in the Community Cup is no longer everybody in the world or maybe everybody in your age group, but it's the people who are on your level or maybe the level just above or just below you. I think the leaderboards are broken into 2 level chunks. There's like 5 leaderboards. So it is kind of cool, especially if you're newer and you do have a lower level on the leaderboard. You can be like, well, how do I stack up against other people who are maybe around the same experience level as me? And like I said, we're gonna do the workouts in class anyway. Community Cup is a little bit more laid back than the open. You can have a registered judge, but you don't have to. I'm sure there's probably a stipulation in there somewhere that's like, but if you want to win money, you have to have a registered judge. But I would say like, as long as you're doing what we should always be doing, making sure that you're doing good reps, you're doing it according to how you're supposed to be doing it, and you're counting your reps accurately, then logging that score for the purposes of the Community Cup is A-okay. If you do want to sign up on CrossFit's website, you do want to see that online leaderboard or want access to that, it's $20 just like the open. So do or don't, regardless, we're going to have the workouts programmed in class. So even if you just have a buddy who goes to another CrossFit gym, it might be a workout they're doing, and it's just good conversation piece there. All right. The challenge for the month of August is the Hold the Line Challenge. We did this challenge last year. This year in the notes in Push Press, I gave even more hold options, way more hold options than last year. So the way it works is every minute that you hold in a position, and I give you, again, lots of options in Push Press. If you're like, what do you mean a position? I mean a dead hang, the bottom of a squat, a goblet squat, a Zercher hold, a front hold, an L-sit hold, all kinds of holds, okay? You have to accumulate at least a minute in the hold in order to log a rep. So can I do a minute of a squat, a minute of a dead hang, and a minute of a wall sit today? Yes, and that would give me 3 reps. But I can't do 10 seconds in 6 different positions and call it a full minute. You have to accumulate at least a minute in a single hold to get a rep, okay? So again, lots of options there. A lot of those that you can even do at home. So there's no reason why on Sunday you can't just hold the bottom of an air squat for 5 minutes and earn 5 reps. So I really like this challenge. So hold the line. If you go and push press, if you've ever seen before at the top of workouts, like where you logged your workouts, you can toggle between boot camp and CrossFit or open gym, different program tracks. It is a separate program track called Hold the Line. So you toggle there, you look at the day that you're on, you hit log, and you log reps, which in this case is full minutes of holds, okay? So that's the Hold the Line Challenge. The person at the end of the month who has the most holds wins the challenge. Also logged in Push Press, you'll see the leaderboard there. So I really like this challenge. It's a good one. It's also a good month to do it because we're getting towards the end of the summer and it's a good time to like, hey, let me just recommit. And there's something like very easy to talk yourself into holding something, not that it's an easy thing to do, okay? All right, so a couple people I wanna recognize before we do the drawing. Number 1, Blake, he's a 9 a.m.er. He just made his first 50 check-ins and he did it within his first 90 days as a member. So he joins the 50-90 Club as the 3rd member. Within the month, you should see our display wall go up for the 50-90 Club. We're gonna make a big deal out of it. And if you're like, I've been a member for 10 years, I definitely did that. Sorry, it's from this point forward. We do other things for you. But it's a really cool thing for new members to kind of like figure out, hey, what's the routine here? How do I create consistency in my first 90 days so this becomes a habit? So good job, Blake. It's definitely become a habit. He's crushing it. We love having him at 9 a.m. He gets not just his name on the Hall of Fame forever and ever, amen, but also his very first awesome Long Road shirt, sponsored. All right, so that's Blake. Also, in the Committed Club, we're almost back up to 50 consistently, and there are 4 people this month that it was their first time in Committed Club, which was really cool. So we have Alex Good. She's been coming, well, if you ever are here during CrossFit Kids, her son is Vernon, you know him. But she usually comes to like noon boot camp. She hits some other times, but noon boot camp's probably her favorite. Sometimes, like today, you'll see her and her husband on Saturdays. But super sweet, she's been really consistent. And so she's first time in Committed Club, very cool. The other one is Joaquin. If you haven't met Joaquin yet, he's actually a coach at Loco Depot in Bellefontaine, but he recently moved to Urbana, and so he's joined here just so he's not making that drive all the time. But he's been really fun to have in class, and he's bounced around to a bunch of different class times. So if you haven't met him yet, introduce yourself. And the other one is an oldie but a goodie. You notice Miss Carrie's back on the board, and that's awesome because this is her first month back. I know she moved this month, so I'm sure that was not an easy one to hit, but she more than hit Committed Club this month. And the 4th one is also an OG that you may not know because she hides out at our ACE class. She's one of our probation officers, but she's recently started coming not only to the ACE class, but also to some Saturdays, some other days of the week. And you gotta think with ACE, they're coming 3 days a week. So if they can just come a 4th day, they're in Committed Club. And that's Mackenzie. right here. She did it for this lion sticker. She was like, I need that lion sticker. What do I have to do? And I was like, well. So that's Mackenzie. It's been really awesome to have her in here. I love having her with the kids, but when her and Amy, the 2 probation officers, when they come without the kids, it's really cool to have them just like, hey, you're just an adult, you're an athlete, you're just someone who works a stressful job who's taking care of themselves. So very cool to have her. And today she brought her husband and her daughter to community. So that made my heart super happy. So those are kind of the shout outs. Here's everybody on the board. So we'll do the random drawing now. Let's see. I got everyone on the wheel. Here we go. Get out of town. Okay, it's Chris Clark. So that's funny because we were just talking about how, like, you want to talk about life be life, and like Chris helps with his grandkids. He doesn't live super close. He works a lot of weekends, so Saturdays aren't always in the cards. So for him to hit Committed Club, that usually looks like a Friday night, at least once a month. He's hitting a Sunday workout by himself or a Friday night workout by himself. So always when Chris hits Committed Club, he's happy, I'm happy. And so that makes my heart happy that he's getting recognized for hitting it this month. And hopefully he can continue that into August, as can the rest of us. So come up with a plan to hit at least 18 classes this month, and I promise you, you'll hit at least 16, and your name will be on the board next month. You'll get entered into that drawing to win the parking spot for the month, which as we head into the colder months is a bigger deal. And you'll also get $50 either off your membership or in a gift. So that's kind of how that works. So challenge for the month, Member Appreciation Week. Come play pickleball on Saturday. Bring a friend at the end of this month. Hit Committed Club. Give someone new a high five. Have a great month.